Did you forget to put the drain plug in?
I'm running this no matter what. Why is it not turning? It's not turning. Oh, it's going! So we've got a sinking Williams, no steering.
Oh, I don't think my heart's cut out for this.
So at some point in the future, Sarinda's going to need a tender, isn't she? I know we're like a bit early for buying a tender for Sarinda, but when the right deal comes up, you've got to snatch on you. So we've bought this. It's a Williams jet tender, which has, I think it's about 90 odd horsepower. It's only 2.9 metres long, but it can seat 4, apparently, and it'll do 40 knots. So that's right on my street, because Sarinda's only going to do 12 knots, isn't she? We need something that'll have a bit of pace. And it came really cheap because of this. Don't really know much history. Don't know why it's not running, but that's what we're going to find out. I think the actual boat itself, the hull, is in very good condition. There's a few little marks here and there, a bit of rust. The underneath of it, it's like new, a bit dirty, but like new. It's done 30 hours, and it's a 2012. So let's dig into it and see if we can find out what the problem is. So the engine's a Weber MEP 750, I think. First time I've ever heard of these engines. I'm not too sure whether it's the same Weber as Weber carburetors or not, maybe, but they make good power, apparently. It's even still got little tags on the engine. Right, so I've got a battery charger on it now. Let's give it a good crank and see if we can see what's going wrong. So I can hear the fuel pump running. We had a little bip every now and again, but the fuel gauge is right low. So I might pull a fuel pipe off and make sure we're moving some fuel, but it might just be out of fuel. We've got no fuel. So the only fuel I've got kicking around is from an outboard, which is probably about a year or so old. But the fuel being old, I always use 98, so it's all this E5, so I wouldn't put E10 in that thing. Right, let's see if we turn the ignition on now, if any fuel comes out. We've now got fuel flow. Doesn't look as nice as the fuel we've just put in it, does it? Looks like when you first get up, doesn't it? It's not very strong. It's definitely old petrol, but it's not very strong. Right, let's put this pipe back on and give it a crank. Something tells me that that's too easy, that, but right, let's turn the key. Ah, you can hear the fuel now. Can't run it too long because there's no water, is there? But only on one. on one cylinder. Now let's turn it off. So it's only on one, but I think it did start up on two. So when it initially fired, it started on two, didn't it? Right, let's have a look at the plugs. It's just emptied whatever it had in the pump all over the floor. So if it initially started up on two, then it dropped one, didn't it? It's got an exhaust temperature sensor on it. Could it be because we haven't got any raw water or any water to cool the exhaust? Then it goes, right, I'm going to go into like limp mode. I think what it's worth doing is actually taking it outside and then we'll hook up the hose pipe and then give it a blast like that, and then we'll roll that out, won't we? But it'll be good to go because I can give it a longer run, and then if that doesn't work, we can take the plugs out when we're outside, can't we? Right, so I found some fittings to use as the thing, but it doesn't seem to want to stay in. But so if you catch a glance of this in the background, just pretend you haven't seen it. It's for future projects. Well, it's staying on. Right, let's try and start it again. So it's still only on one. So I'm going to pull the very forward injector. So we're not running on that one, don't know whether that's number one or number two. Same with the coil. No running. To the very rear injector. And it stops. So it actually picked up on a cylinder then, so I was unplugging it, wasn't really running, revved it up a bit, so we got like into a bit more of a sweet spot of RPM. Then I was unplugging it, then it was actually dropping the cylinder, so right, let's pull the plugs out and have a quick look. There's no water down there. This is the aft plug, which was the running plug. You won't believe it, I've just found the exact plug. Slightly part one, but I found it in the bottom of my toolbox, so let's give that a try. We'll put this newish one in the running cylinder, and then we'll put the running plug in the bad cylinder, then we'll find out then, won't we? The injector test. Yeah, it's dropped the cylinder. The aft one. I'm going to turn the water on. I don't know what to say. The black pearl lives on. I'm really shocked, you know what I mean? A plug, you know what I mean? It's just because it hasn't been serviced. It winds me up, that, to be honest with you. But it's good for me, isn't it? Right, I'm going to order some parts now. We'll give it a good service, give it a good clean, and then we need to go and test it, don't we? So it's a few days later, finally got some parts. We've managed to get the fuel filter and the plugs. So I rang Williams, the manufacturer of this boat, and gave them some part numbers. I went, right, I want this oil filter, I can't remember what the number was. They said, no, you have to go to one of our dealers. So we went to one of the dealers. One of them just didn't respond. The other one was like adamant they wanted the hull number. So we gave them the hull number and the engine number. And they came back to us and said it was a Weber 850. And I got excited then because the 850 is 140 horsepower. But no, it's the 750. So we're not going very well here. Considering I gave them a part number for an oil filter. It's only an oil filter, isn't it? And no, they'll only work off. So they can't even figure out what it is. The first service is due at 25 hours. I think the plugs are only due on these engines at 50 hours. So we've only done 30 hours. So, but they've timed out on there because it's like 13 years old. But I've just been here for ages trying to get these off. And they come off quite easy when you depressurise the system. When the system's under pressure, because obviously we ran it the other day, didn't we? And there's still pressure in the line, and they won't come off. So I had to pull the barbed fitting off, and then yeah, come off. Good tip there. Check the direction. Okay, so let's do the filter on. The plugs are in. Right, what's next? So the bilge pump isn't working, and nor are the lights. So it's got like a light at the back which is removable. It's like an all-round white light. The all-round white light's not the be-all end-all at the moment, but bilge pump could be an issue. You never know. Put it in the water, start taking on water, want to pump it out. So let's have a look at that. So I've tested the switch, that's good. I've currently got it linked at the moment, so it'll technically should be running constantly, and it's not. I've checked the fuses, they're all good. So we need to check the bilge pump itself. You can see like a little yellow splash down there. That's what it is. That's where we've got to get to. So I think you can take this seat off. Some little clips underneath. Oh yeah. Feels a bit heavy that with water. There's a lot going on down there, but the damn sure ain't any bilge pump access. You wouldn't believe it, the wire for the bilge pump was unplugged. I found this like random wire, I traced it down, pulled on it, and maintenance on this thing's doing my head in. So because I've got the switch linked at the top at the moment, turn the power on, you know, the bilge pump running. I'll put the switch back together and then we'll make sure it runs off the switch. So I think I've figured out what's wrong with the white lights. There's a little, I think it's like a voltage dropper, I think it's like a 12 to 5 volts. But weirdly, there was one of these in the circuit, which I think that is a voltage regulator as well. So I'm not sure if someone's told them, yeah, it's the voltage regulator that's gone, then they put that in the circuit, and that's not works. But obviously the voltage regulator is in the little sticky thing. So what I'm going to do is cut the wires, put this voltage regulator on it, and see if it works. Right, the wiring's a bit rigged at the moment, but let's try this. Let's see the lights. Oh, stopped. Have I just overpowered the bulb? Oops. 12.1 volts. So maybe that's a 12 volt regulator, so any input it'll just kick out 12 volts. So I think I've just melted the bulb onto on the thing. Right, let's see if we can find a bulb. There's hardly a headlight, but the coolest part of it is it's extendable like an aerial. How cool is that? So I gave it a little clean the other day. Didn't really come up any better. But what we're doing today is we're taking this boat to the most exotic place a Williams has ever been.
Did you forget to put the drain plug in?
Oh dear. Basically, there's cockpit, there's drains, but they're like below the waterline. I'm guessing when we get going it'll empty. Yeah.
A chance.
Well, that's
how's the water come in?
through the drains at the back. There might have been supposed to be a check valve in it or something. Oh, well, there's no water in the engine bay, so...
That can't be normal though.
Right, let's see if she goes. I'm running this no matter what.
And turn on the bilge pump.
Yeah. Well, she started anyway. Good starter. It's not really moving, is it? Are you holding that back there? And it's turning. Why is it turning? Should it be turning? Right, well, we need to go for it. Or do you want me to go for it first? Because you think it's sinking.
Why are you trying to get me on a sinking boat? That's not normal. Look, it's full of mud and everything. You think it's going to empty?
Yeah, I think it's going to empty.
I don't believe you, and I don't think I don't think water should be coming into the boat.
You've done.
Made it all dirty. Right, now I'm panicking that we're literally on a sinking ship.
Why is it not turning? I'll have to turn it off. I'll have to turn it off. We'll go round in circles. Oh crap! Why did it just go round in circles?
Have you got no steering?
Right, let's go and pull it to safe water. If I'm honest with you, that's something that I didn't actually check. Well, I couldn't really do looking at the thing. Oh, that's a. So we've got a sinking Williams, no steering. Oh shit! Right, can you steer it for me while I feel the thing? Nope, I've got no steering.
And it's sinking.
Shit. Why didn't I even check that? That is just like... You buy it with a broken engine, don't you? And then you think... It's just the engine. Yeah, we've got the engine going. I even fixed the light on it. I think this gearbox is poorly. I can pull the side of this case off here and have a look. Cool, let's do that.
So, steering issue, and I still don't understand why it is full of water.
It's not going anywhere this today. So this trunnion thing has just completely snapped off. Oh, how dare they? See, I've been like steering the steering thinking, yeah, that must be steering. And it's not. Because it's going lock to lock, isn't it? Look, it's stopping on the lock.
So I've just read the manual, and it says before you use the boat to tighten the footwell drains.
Tighten the footwell drains?
Yeah.
Tighten?
Tighten them, yeah. So are we missing?
Bungs.
There's no such thing as a cheap boat, is there? That was going far too easy. Something had to come and bite us in the bum.
I was told it had engine issues. Engine issues, fine.
Yeah, but you shouldn't believe everything you're told.
No, true.
So let's get this sinking ship out of the water.
No, they're just deck drains. Unless you're meant to have bungs in it, I don't know. Okay. So Gemma's been reading the manual and it's meant to have drain bungs which go in here, which we obviously haven't got, but I actually thought that pipe work might sort of go uphill and make a U, and then when you start going along it'll suck out, but obviously it's flat in it, so you need bungs in it. Right, let's take this stone box off and see if we can find some numbers on it and see if we get a new one. Go. So the issue with it is it's basically that casting has snapped there, but the reason it snaps is because I can't move, I don't know what it's called, the steering part, the actual diverter. So either the cable's stuck or this is stuck, and I think it's the cable. So because that's stuck, somebody's like forced it, thinking that they're gonna do it, and then they broke that, and they don't break easy, them steering box things. So we're gonna go and see if we can find the new one of these, and we'll have a look at the cable, see if we can free that off. Yeah, so it's the cable that's completely stuck. Got it off. So I did try for ages to free it off, but I ended up snapping it. Pretty corroded. So I'll Google that part number and we'll get a new one ordered. Right, so we've got a new cable on the way. I'm not going to tell you how much it was. Right, I think we can fix the steering box. I know there's like a lot of torque, well, there's potentially a lot of torque in there, isn't there? Enough to snap it anyway. But if we look closely at it, it's like a mountain range, so it snaps very clean. So in theory, if we can put a bolt through it, then the torque will be held by the little mountain range. I'm gonna try and drill it so we can nut and bolt it, and then we'll probably glue it as well, and then we'll see. Because these are really expensive as well. First, let's take it all apart and get it cleaned up. Okay, so it's all nicely cleaned up. So you can see there's loads of, like, I'm going to call it a mountain range. And I've spent ages lining it up. It locks in really nice. I've put like a little reference mark now to find out where it goes. So you can see it has to roll out of it. So if we drill through there and then tap this one, then that'll hold it together. And once it's together, I might put some pins in it as well. So once we've like matched it up, so let's drill these out and put a thread in this one. 2 foul, close enough. So I'm going to put a stud in this just to maximises the threads. Right, so it's gone together quite nice. As I said, it's a very sort of interferencey because like the mountain ranges in there. So I'd say at that it'd probably hold. But what we're going to do is we're going to drill down there and put a hole right the way through it. Then we're going to cut the end of an R-clip off and then wedge that into it on the final assembly. And then we're going to glue, these will be glued in, so if this fails, if the nut comes loose, we'll still potentially have some steel. R-clips don't snap that easy, do they? So we'll do that for belt and braces. Yeah, they should go in quite nice with a bit of a knock. Knock up some epoxy. So I've set it up on the lathe just to see how much run out we've got. Can't remember really focused, but we've got about 12 thou on the swept area. I don't think 12 thou is it's not like it's spinning dead fast, is it? It just sort of rolls past it. And if you go from like the middle, what would be like 6 thou end to end. So I don't know how close the original one was, to be honest with you. I can't imagine that being perfect, can you? Do you? Being cast? Right, let's try and build up this box and then see if it turns and stuff. Right, next on the agenda, we've got some drain plugs. We've also got, I think, the most expensive oil filter I've ever bought. We paid over £40 for this oil filter. That's not the number I gave them, but I think it cost references. And I've just had a look on the internet, and £7 delivered tomorrow. Just shows how much these dealers are making, doesn't it? So if you need an oil filter for your Williams, for your Weber 750 anyway, it's an SO 6942. Google that and you'll find one for £7. Right, let's give her an oil change. To do that, I'm going to take her outside, get her warm, and then we can pull all the oil out then, can't we, quite nicely. It's been running now for about 20 minutes, so I think we'll turn her off and suck the oil out. I think it's leaking a bit of air around here because I've got a steel pipe going into it, so we get right down to the bottom of the tank. When I lift it up ever so slightly, it pulls clean. So with these engines, they're actually pretty cool. It's a dry sump system. So what we're extracting from here is the oil tank. So you're never going to get all the oil out because you can't get underneath it to pull the drain plug, can you? Because it's a boat. I think it's done now. I actually dealt with dry sump systems a long time ago when I first had a proper job. I used to work for Ferrari. A lot of Ferraris have dry sumps, so you have a separate oil tank. It's primarily to get like the crankshaft as low as you possibly can to the ground or whatever, or in this case the hull, so you can drop the engine nice and low, and it's a really good supply of oil. So there's no, whenever you got a slosh in, it's all within the tank, not in the sump. Don't know if I explained that very well, but anyway, we're dealing with a dry sump system, so hence we ran it first, got all the oil into the tank, and then we can then extract it from the tank. There's always still going to be residual oil left in it. There might be a special procedure on this, I don't know. I've had a good look around. There's no pipes or anything going right down to the bottom of the crankcase that I can see to extract the oil, but yeah. Right, let's take these filter out and then see if it's the same one. Well, it looks the same filter anyway, so bonus. The oil doesn't look that bad either, does it? Okay, maybe it has had an oil change in the past. Time for some lovely new oil now. The oil filter's back on, went good. This stuff costs 45 quid, but I don't mind that on oil, not the filter. The oil light's gone out. Right, it's been running about 10 minutes. I'm just going to turn the water off. A tad over full. Bugger. So we need to pull some oil out, so we'll find on the dipstick the maximum, and then we'll we'll just put a cable tie around this tube, and we'll set the set it to where we want it. So we want it there. So we'll set the cable tie to there. And we can pull it in and keep that there. And suck our new oil out. And throw it in the bin. It is quite warm actually, the oil. I can feel it in my fingers. There you go. Bang on the max. So we've now got a nice shiny new cable. Let's get it on the boat. Click.
What you call boat yoga?
Yeah. I should have let the air out of this tube as well, but...
Right, so our Simon's doing boat yoga. That has got to go. So we do not want to be the tender to the black pearl anymore, do we? So, let's get these stickers off. And this is a job that comes in very handy when you've got long nails.
Do you want to tell people the story about the steering cable?
Aye, we hunted. It's been about a week of trying to find a steering cable. And I found one. Do you want to know how much a steering cable was? It was like, the first one I paid for was £245 with VAT and delivery.
It's horrific, isn't it?
Nearly had a heart attack. And then anyway, I didn't see my emails, and I got an email saying that he didn't have any in stock and it wouldn't be until January. And I was like, we want it sooner, we want to go and play on the boat. So I got in touch with Williams directly, and they had one in stock, and it was £145. So we saved ourselves like £100, and it come next day. So thank you so much, Williams, because that was awesome.
You redeem yourself over the oil filter price.
So
right, I've got a plan. Let's stop that for a minute and let's do some stirring. So we're getting the same angle both sides, do you think?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's working then. So it sort of doesn't need adjusting one way or the other. So yeah, just sort of having a look, make sure we're getting the same steering angle both ways, because the last thing you want to do is steer one way and you have confidence, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I haven't got enough steering the other way. So that centre, my steering box is looking, it's in the middle, so I don't need to do too much adjustment, I don't think.
Yes.
So does that feel more resistance?
Yeah. Feels like it's going to work.
Before it was like super girly steering that wasn't doing anything. Right, let's have a look down here. Oh, look at that. It's like butter. Right, so the boat is now finished.
No, it's not. It needs a special Ship Happens upgrade. So I reached out to my favourite company, Tidal Works, and ta-da!
What's that?
Got to rename it, haven't
Oh, that's why you took the name off the back. Right.
we? So this is UDEC flooring from Tidal Works. It's great because obviously on a little boat like this, you're sort of wet, aren't you, going in and out of it. Non-slip, UV resistant, doesn't stain, so the mud will just wash off. And comes with a 5-year warranty as well. So if you're looking for flooring for your deck, get in touch with Tileworks, because they're in the Isle of Wight, which is a million miles away from us, but this is the only company that I would recommend. They done the girls' floor boat, which was awesome, so you can have any design that you want, and they are top class people to work with. So let's get it fitted. So because they are a million miles away and couldn't find the time to come up to template it for us, they sent us some. So basically they sent us all the templates we needed. We checked them on the boat, they fit. So then literally the next day, the flooring arrived. They were that quick. So we have one for the back.
So is it just that colour they do, or?
No, they do loads of colours. And we were like, what colour do we go with? Do we go with like the classic wooden look? Because this is Sarinda's tender. So we want this deck to match Sarinda's deck. But they said, go for the colour that you like now. And then it's easy to replace when we're doing Sarinda's deck. So when that time comes, it will get a matching colour. Not unless you want to go camo for Sarinda's deck. So there we go.
I don't think it'll suit the theme of Sarinda, to be honest with you. All of these Williams tenders, they all have like the fake teak on them, don't they? Which I think actually looks really good. And I was trying to persuade Gemma to do it, but she said, no, be brave. Let's do something that no other Williams jet tenders had.
So that goes there. That goes there. And that goes there. So let's see how easy it is to actually fit, because we have never done this before. So they've given us some advice. They've given us a little pot of primer. Prime it, peel, stick. That simple. Okay, so just cleaning and priming the surface, ready for the floor.
So I'm just trying to figure out where I want it, because I'm guessing with this stuff it's a bit of a one-way street. So it looks quite good there, doesn't it? Little gap there. Ball mark.
You need someone with nails to do that.
Okay, so peel it back a bit. Don't touch the sticky. Right, here goes. Don't
mess it up.
I'll just stick it on Gemma's head.
Don't, it'll never come off.
So, yeah, my references are coming in quite handy. So then it looks right there. Yeah, let's go for it. And peel this off. Now work it down. That's a cushioning as well, actually. Awesome.
That is on really well, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we need somebody in a bit, because there's no shoes going to be allowed on this boat.
No shoes?
Every time you touch this boat, it gets dirty. But in a bit, I'm going to take my shoes off. Hopefully I've got some nice socks on. And I'm going to walk over it. Give it all a good squish down.
Make it smell.
Now we've got one more to go.
The most important one.
I think it's the most difficult one. So this one here, we didn't actually do a training course on this one. There's a lot of dimensions going on, because let me just put it on, because we haven't peeled the backing off yet. But it's very, very tight around the tubes, which is a good thing, and it obviously fits perfectly around there. But if we peel the sticker off and try to get it over the tubes, it'll stick to the tubes.
That's why I put masking tape on the bottom of the tubes.
Yeah, because then it'll thingy. But we think We think we know everything, don't we? But we don't.
This is the most important part though, so don't mess it up. Are you going for a whole peel?
Yeah. You good?
Perfect.
Yes! Titi Sarinda. Okay, from first attempt. See, I'm slightly running in there, but no one will notice that, will they, when it's full of mud? Right, quick tidy up, and then it's shoes off time, I think.
No, that looks really good.
So luckily I've got like my socks on that I got for last Christmas, so they're like new. Oh, yes. You know what, I've never actually sat on this properly, apart from when we were going around in circles. Oh, the steering feels it's got a bit more resistance now as well.
You big kid. Right.
Okay, well, I'm going to do the job I was actually here for.
Oh.
Just stand on it.
What does it feel like under your foot?
Feels good actually.
Does it?
Yeah, I like it. It's really good. Ooh, just felt the paint move.
You happy with the colour?
Let me just sit on my little seat here while we talk about the colour. I like it. I do think the classic sort of super yacht style, like you see all these in, with like the Faco Tico stuff, but that's to come in the future. This is going to come off, because Sarinda's going to be wood, isn't she? She's going to have wooden decks, or maybe she's going to look like she's got wooden decks, because all this modern stuff is amazing, isn't it? With this stuff, you don't actually need screws. It's stuck down, so you're not penetrating your deck or anything. So I do think this is a very, very good solution for Sarinda in the future, especially over our fiberglass.
But there's just one more thing we need to do now, and that is go and hit the water. Ready for launch number 2. And the drain plugs are in. Okay, we are floating, and there's no water in it, so we're already winning from last time.
Is it taking on water yet?
No, their bung's done the job.
Excellent. Well, let's see if she goes. He's staring as well, look. Right, so we've got a beautiful camera up here. Hopefully we don't lose it, because we've actually lost our bracket. So it's held on with cable ties at the moment, so could go either way, couldn't it? Right, let's put my safety lanyard on properly, in case we fall off. I've got some spare clothes in the van, so...
I haven't.
Wow.
Right, you get in,
Are we
Mr.
all ready then?
Yeah.
Right, I've actually got a poorly foot as well.
He's broke his toe.
I don't know whether I've broken it, like, it's really bruised. And it's a bit painful, so...
Oh, you've got it muddy already.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of that, but we're deep enough. You can push us out a bit, I suppose, can't you? Oh yes, check this out.
Just out. Oh, it's got me seat muddy and wet. Right then, take me on a boat cruise.
So if I said I knew how to drive a jet-powered thing, I don't know whether you steer it the opposite way to what you're doing outboard. I don't know, to go in reverse. Oh, we're going forwards already. Oh, we're going the right way. That's good. Right, it goes forward. It's going.
So apparently these go 0 to 20 knots in 4 seconds.
Should we try it?
Not just yet. Let's warm it up first.
So it doesn't really want to go in a straight line. It just keeps wanting to turn all the time, but apparently that's what these do. They're not designed to go slow. But no, we're not sinking yet, so that's good. Right, as we slowly pick it up. Whoa, no warnings on the dash. We'll leave it there for a minute.
Happy Christmas, Sarinda. How fast are we going?
15. Ready?
Ah!
It's wild.
It is fast. Oh, I don't think my heart's cut out for this.
Ah, that's quick, isn't it?
It is quick. It's responsive, isn't it?
Jesus.
Wow. You can feel the force as he accelerates, so that you get put back in your seat. Right, for the first big power run, I'm leaving you to it. I'll watch from the beach, just in case.
Just in case.
That's another good thing about these boats, that you can just sort of put it on the beach and kick someone off. So there we go. Made it to the beach. He will be absolutely loving that because he is a speed freak.
Right, first impressions, that thing's wild. It's far too quick for a tender, but like, hey, you only need to use like half throttle, do you know what I mean? Seriously. Do you want to go have a quick go on your own now?
It's my turn now.
Yeah, do you want to go out on your own?
No, we'll get together.
Okay.
It's cool, isn't it? It's weird, like, being so high up on like an inflatable sort of thing on a rib.
The thing to the steering though, it's like, instead, it's super responsive.
It is. I think the steering probably will get easier the faster that you go.
I've just realised the steering hasn't broken yet. Hey!
So we fixed the boat. Ah!
Yeah.
You can't take your hands off the steering wheel.
This is like 100 horsepower, 3 metre rib. And trust me, it's got some go. I punch it. Woo! bit windy up here.
25 knots.
Oh, that's nothing. I was doing 40 before.
I don't know whether I'm brave enough to do 40 in it. 25 feels dead fast.
Yeah, but I don't know how it's going to react with somebody on the front.
Yeah.
You know, like...
I can't see even with you on the front.
Yeah. But do you want to have a go on your own? I'll go on the land.
No, I'm alright. I'd rather have you to save me.
I'll save you. I'm going to save the camera before I save you.
Thanks, we need the footage.
Just feel a bit twitchy though, doesn't it?
That is an animal.
Hey?
It's an animal?
Is it? Yeah.
It is a proper
Have you given it full throttle yet?
No.
Alright, go on, just give it one time full throttle. Go. Full.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, whoa! Is it quick?
It is so fast.
It's rapid.
Wow.
Alright, we've been past the moored boats now, so...
Right, should we go and let Sarinda sing a Christmas present?
Yeah, let's do that, yeah, good plan.
Do you want a race? Go on then, let's go.
Go on.
Go on, we'll give you a head start.
You think we won?
And I think we won Cam with his 6 horsepower Evan Rood. Although he's got another challenge for us. Who gets on plane quicker? 3, 2, 1, go! I think we might have won that one as well. So we got this boat for Sarinda, and I know we're a while off needing a tender, but we couldn't pass up on this deal. So one day this boat will be on here. Sarinda, meet your daughter.
She's a bit bigger than this boat, isn't she? Right, we're back at base now. Should we try and get it cleaned up? Because it's a bit muddy, isn't it? And I wonder if this U-deck's going to clean up as good as it was when we first fitted it. There you go. No messing.
Well, that flooring comes up as good as new with the jet wash.
It is like amazingly grippy, even though it's actually soaking wet now. Right, so the little boat then. What do you think? I'm very, very impressed with it. I didn't think it'd be that pokey. It is. It's almost a bit too quick. It's not too quick. I mean, I'm being a bit sort of dramatic there, but it's fast. It's really fast. It's the fastest little boat I've ever been on.
So we got this boat at a bargain price from XL Marine. Now they took it in part exchange for one of their ribs. So head over to their socials, keep an eye out, because any more bargains that they take in part X, they're going to advertise to you guys. Right,
so let's wrap this up, because it's Christmas Eve and I need to go and buy Gemma something for Christmas.
Hopefully it's not something from the petrol station like last year.